I made 3 life-changing decisions in one day. I saw somebody in my office talking to my staff. We modified the RSVP system. Is this gonna work?
What prompted that?
It was difficult to say actually. Half of the company, they wanted to resign.
I think we'll just stop there. Welcome to Take It or Leave It, a podcast for entrepreneurs who wants to build smart, scalable tech without needing a tech degree. After 8 years of building million-dollar apps for founders from around the world, I've seen what works, what flops, and what founders always get wrong. On this show, I break it all down. The real talk, the dumb mistakes, the moves that actually grow your business, from product ideas and development to automation, AI, and real business outcomes. Whether you're looking to streamline your ops, turn your idea into a SaaS, or just stop feeling left out of the tech conversation, you are in the right place. Let's make tech make sense. This is Take It or Leave It. Today's guest is a living proof that tech and theatre aren't worlds apart. They're stronger together. I'm talking about Dennis Lee, co-founder and CEO of Cloudjoi, and a music theatre performer. By day, Dennis is leading the digital transformation of Malaysia's art and culture scene with Cloudjoi, a platform that is revolutionizing ticketing and streaming for live performances. By night, he's on stage himself, with acting credits in major productions like Fame and awards like Best Supporting Actor and the Mercedes-Benz Award for Creative Excellence under his belt. While most people were cancelling shows during lockdowns, Dennis built a virtual theatre from scratch, streaming performances into homes and keeping the arts alive when everything else went dark. Since then, Cloudjoi, formerly Cloud Theatre, has evolved into a full-blown ecosystem, powering 2,000 plus shows, generating 40 million ringgit Malaysia in ticket revenue, and supporting artists, organizers, and fans alike. The platform has also backed the Startup Awards in the Media and Entertainment category at TechNote Global's Origin Innovation Awards in 2020. In this episode, we dive into how Cloudjoi is bridging the world of performance and tech, what it really takes to digitize a tradition-bound industry, the mistakes most platforms make when trying to serve creators. If you've ever tried to bring innovation to a space that hates change, or you're building a tech that serves artists, communities, or culture, this one's for you. Welcome to the show, Dennis.
Thank you for having me.
All right, cool. So I think we will just, talk a little bit of backstory of how we met, what has kind of gone on since then. We met quite a few years ago. We actually worked on a project together, right?
Which one?
Which
Remind
one?
me.
Oh my God!
I was just telling Ellie that I think we met in 2019.
I don't remember the year, but yeah, probably around then.
Yeah, 18, 19.
18, 19, yes.
Yeah.
Probably around 18 because that's when, actually probably 17, 18 because that's when 2017 is when we started Upsack Studio.
Okay.
And the first year itself, we moved into Worked. That's where we met.
Okay, yeah.
Right, that's
the
where we met.
Space work.
You guys were in a weird, small little space that you guys picked. Oh, I want this space.
Yes,
right? You still told me that.
Yes.
Right. And that's also beside, 500 startups.
Yes, 500,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's a strategic thing that they did. We'll dive into that a little bit deeper later. But that's when we met and we worked on the project iWealth.
Oh, yeah.
Whitman Independence Advisors.
Yeah,
so that's our client.
iWealth.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
basically, the backstory of that is that we got this inquiry. They would like to use PHP. Right, for some reason, because their team is already kind of using PHP and stuff like that. They're familiar with that. And we were using Ruby on Rails, right? So back then, when Dennis is not running Cloudjoi yet, right? He is running Apple Seeds.
Yes.
Right? Apple Seeds. So I'll let you kind of dive a little bit deeper into that later. But basically, that's when we kind of started working together. So why don't you share a little bit about your background, right? Where you came from and what you did before Cloudjoi, right? And then later on, we'll dive a little bit deeper into how Cloudjoi kind of come together.
I graduated as a software engineer.
Okay.
But my first job was a website designer. And then I quit my first job, and then I started doing freelancing for doing websites and designing and development. And that's where the progress comes in, and then slowly it turned into a company, which was Apple Seeds.
Yep.
And slowly hired more people, more team members, and then it became like a company. And that's where we decided, okay, we cannot just become all freelancers. We have to find an office, but we didn't want to have an office space. So what we wanted is a community. That's where we found work co-working space, and that's where we met also.
Yes.
It's a very long story how it became Cloudjoi. Maybe we can talk about that later.
Yep.
But after Apple Seeds, we started another company called Cloud Theatre during the pandemic. And 2 years into the pandemic, during 2022, I decided to close down Apple Seeds and then fully focus on Cloud Theatre. And now it has been rebranded into Cloudjoi.
Okay, cool. So that's a little bit of a backstory of how we met, how it all started, right? And, and how it turns into Cloudjoi today. Let's kind of unpack that a little bit. So we have kind of talked a little bit about your background, right? How you kind of come into running Cloudjoi. But I think I don't know if a lot of people knows this, but the whole story of how you went from starting something that is not Cloudjoi that turns into Cloudjoi is something quite interesting that I would like to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that, right? So that people know exactly how Cloudjoi come about.
Yeah, I missed out that part. Okay, I was doing my first corporate job, which was many years ago. I have already started having interest in performing arts, especially musical theater. And that time, I didn't know what to do or where to go. I started attending shows and writing reviews. And slowly, I get to know more people in the industry, and they got to know me. And from that blog onwards, the first blog, it was called Stage KL. It's no longer there now. Yeah, closed down
I was
already.
thinking like, oh, I should go check it out.
It was many years ago. Because it was too difficult to maintain. It was a one-man show.
Right.
I had to go to watch the shows. I had to take pictures. I had to write the reviews.
Right.
I have to curate all the listings myself.
So you're kind of like a critic in a way, lah.
In a way, yeah, in a way. So I thought it wasn't sustainable. And then I slowly doing less and less of the reviews and writing. Then I created a second website called Starlight Gateway.
Okay.
With the vision of automating some of these things that I need to do, so that I don't have to curate. I have to go to every website.
Yeah.
So I developed a crawler.
Okay.
To crawl all the other websites and then automatically list them onto Starlight Gateway. It took actually 1 or 2 years for it to finally work, but it didn't had any traction. It didn't pick up. So nobody really are using it.
Okay.
Then pandemic hit. That's where wait, I didn't explain.
It's okay. We can go into that.
Backtrack to Stage KL, the first blog.
Yeah.
After I started writing reviews, I got to know a lot of directors, producers, actors, performer singers.
Okay.
And that's how I got into the industry. And that's where I met one of the my friends. He was just about to start a musical theater class.
Okay.
So I took part. I started taking classes, learning singing, acting, and dancing. And then slowly I got into productions and more productions. And since then, I never looked back. And I have been performing on stage for 12 years now, alongside running businesses.
How do you do that?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Passion, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So before these are all like, how you became, an actor yourself, right? Get into the production and stuff like that. But how did Cloudjoi come about, right? So I believe it was a story about, you meeting someone very important in 500 startups, and then that whole thing kind of turned into right Cloudjoi and stuff like that. So could you kind of dive a little bit deeper into that?
Actually, I have two stories.
Oh wow!
I think the one that you mentioned is the first story.
Okay.
There's a second story that you didn't know.
Oh shit!
How?
Okay, today we're gonna
The
go into
first story is
Yeah.
how Cloud Theatre came about.
it. Okay.
The second story is how Cloudjoi came about.
Okay. Let's go into Cloud Theatre first.
Okay, sure. um, like you said, we moved into the co-working space
Yeah.
right beside 500 Startups office. During that time, it was called 500 Durian.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Malaysian one, right?
It's run by Kylie Ng.
Yes.
And a lot of people wanted to know him, including us.
Yourself, right.
Yes. So we moved into that office space next to 500, and then hoping that, okay, we'll bump into him and then get to know Kylie. Then fast forward, nothing happened. And one day we received one email,
Okay.
inquiry about building a wedding website.
Right.
It's by this girl called Eliza.
Okay.
So we were like, wedding website? No, we don't want to do wedding website.
That's probably what I would think about my first impression on the email as well.
Yeah, but lesson learned, don't judge too quickly.
Yes. Don't judge.
Yeah, he didn't reply instantly. So we just left it there. And then the next day, when I came into the office, then I saw somebody in my office talking to my staff.
Right.
Then I was like, wait, who's that? So I went inside and I was like, is that Kylie Ng?
Right.
He was in my office talking to my staff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, hi, nice to meet you. Then he was like, oh, yeah. My wife sent an inquiry and then not getting any reply. Then we were like,
I'm here to look into you.
yeah, then I was like, she showed Kylie the email.
Right.
And then Kylie was like, wait, Apple Seeds.
Beside me.
Yeah, I know them. They're beside my office. So he came straight away to the office and then just came in, knocked our door, and then you're like, wedding website, definitely, we would love to. Okay,
So what was the excuse that you gave him, for not replying to her?
we say it went into spam.
Okay.
But many years later, we actually came clean. It's like, because it was a wedding website, so we just thought, okay, not priority.
Okay.
But also, he it's not just any other wedding website. It was a very a very special wedding website where there will be no physical wedding.
Yeah.
So everything will be online, live streamed from his house to attendees from all across the world. So we thought, you never mentioned that in the email.
It was just a wedding website.
Yeah, this is not any other wedding website.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting online streaming wedding website. So we immediately said yes to that project. And that project became Cloud Wedding. A lot of people felt like it was special. However, that project was shelved until 2020. Pandemic hit.
Okay.
All the theaters were closed. The theaters were the last to open, I think, for almost 2 years.
Okay.
So by the 4th or 5th month, we already thought, okay,
It's not gonna work.
it's not going to work already. We needed to do something. So one of my friends, William Yap, who is now co-founders of Cloudjoi, he came to me and then he said, okay, all the theaters were closed. Can we do something?
Yeah.
And then we just brainstormed, and then it was like, maybe we can use Starlight Gateway. But I was like, no, Starlight Gateway, we have to do a lot of things and we have to modify a lot of things. It will take too much time.
Right.
And then I was like almost ready to say no to the project.
Yeah.
However, my other co-founder of Cloudjoi and Apple Seeds, Kevin, he suddenly had this idea. Wait, we had one project back in 2018, which is a Cloud Wedding.
Yeah.
What if we take Cloud Wedding, we modify the RSVP system, and then we just plug the payment gateway into it? Then we can have online streaming and we can have ticketing and collect payment.
Yeah.
Then we thought, okay, this might work. So we used like 2 weeks
Okay.
to modify the entire Cloud Wedding into Cloud Theatre.
Okay.
And William, who is a playwright, theatre director, theatre producer, he produced a one-man monologue show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2 weeks to rehearse and put the show together. And then after that, we used 2 weeks to sell tickets. And we sold about 300 plus tickets. Yeah, and everybody was like, wow, this is something.
This is working.
Yeah. And that's how Cloud Theatre started.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's essentially your validation, right?
Yeah, it's like our MVP.
Yes. Wow.
Without knowing, we came up with an MVP.
So what? I'm just curious, right? As you kind of talk about that, because you are basically reusing Cloud Wedding. Right?
Yeah.
Was that something that you guys have kind of spoken to Kylie about? In terms of like reusing the whole thing, or like what was the process like?
Yeah, before we actually use it, we actually talked to Kylie and Eliza. Say we like, hey, we had this idea.
Yeah.
We want to turn Cloud Wedding into Cloud Theatre,
Yeah.
so that we can start streaming shows and charging tickets. Then they were like, okay, interesting. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Then the next day, Kylie called us. Then he was like, do you guys have time tomorrow? Okay, come over to my place.
Okay.
We brainstorm. I brought the whole team over to his place.
Wow. Okay.
And then we just started to brainstorm how Cloud Theatre can develop and where's the future roadmap. And he just started writing all the big numbers on a very big paper that he always used.
Okay.
And then just laid out the whole future plan for us.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And at that time, we were like, wow, oh my God. Okay, wow.
can work?
No, it was like, is this gonna work? Because being Kylie, he has seen so much.
Visionaries.
Yeah, he has
potential.
funded so many startups around the world. And then when he sees this potential, he actually put out all the numbers for us.
Right.
And we were so skeptical. But actually last year, we looked back at our numbers. We hit beyond that numbers already.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. So without realizing, actually, he actually see the future of where things can be.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Well, I mean, that turns out well. So I guess he kind of invested in you guys.
Yeah, actually, he did more than that. He also became our close mentor. Good mentor actually is very important.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's where you get the breakthroughs that you need.
Yeah.
Okay,
And with
so-
all the encouragement and support.
Yeah, 100%. So you mentioned just now the second story.
Oh yeah, the second story. The first story was how Cloud Theatre came about.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was at that time, it was still I would call it pet project.
Okay.
Alongside Apple Seeds. And everybody was just like, okay, if we have extra time, we will spend on it. And then we'll just let it run. And then there'll be online shows all the way until 2023, actually.
Okay.
Online shows. But we did not really go full force because it wasn't a sustainable or profit making yet.
Okay.
Cloud Theatre at that time.
Yeah.
In 2022, there was something that happened to me, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was my, I would call it my midlife crisis.
Wow. Okay. Midlife crisis. Let's dive a little bit deeper into that.
I remember very clearly. 3rd of March 2022.
Yeah.
I made 3 life-changing decisions in one day. The first one, I decided to close down Apple Seeds. The second one, I decided to close down the office, Apple Seeds office.
Okay.
And the third one, I decided to move house from the place where I have been staying for the past 15 years.
Yep.
So all these decisions I made in one day. So,
And what prompted that?
it was difficult to say actually. It was half of the company in Apple Seeds.
Okay.
They wanted to resign.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Why is that? I think during pandemic, it was a time where we are the one that can stay at home and work.
Yeah.
Because we are digital nomads.
Yeah.
And that's what we did for almost 2 years. We although we had an office, we didn't go into the office.
Right.
So we just stay at home, and then we are still working and then making an income, and everything was like we were just living in a bubble.
Yeah.
A very comfortable bubble.
Yes.
Especially for people like us.
Yes.
It was really a comfortable bubble.
Okay.
But however, deep down, I knew we couldn't sustain like this forever. Something needs to change.
Yeah.
But the comfortable is just too much to be taken away that I didn't want to change, or I at least I didn't want it to end.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, when the pandemic ends, I will change.
Yeah.
But 1 year, 2 years, it was still damn comfortable until the day where half of the Appleseed staff's team members, they said, okay, they feel like they're stuck and they want to go out and explore.
Right.
That was the wake up call.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, it's time to change. We can't just like continue like this anymore. So I took a few days to let that sink in. And on 3rd of March, I was like, okay, let's change.
Okay.
And we have to change 180. We have to uproot everything.
Okay.
So yeah, I made all that 3 big decisions. And the next day, I get to work. And then I really started to make all the changes.
So how did all of these changes kind of helped you turn things around, right? And what sort of impact does that make?
A lot. So one of the biggest reasons where I took it so personally and impact me so much, it was because my lead engineer, I think you know him, man.
Yeah. When you say that, I know who you are.
He was one of the team members that wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And it was a difficult news to hear.
Yeah, because he's a superstar.
And he is a very close friend. He's a very smart guy. He can really code very well. I knew because he made that decision is also because the lacking from our side as bosses.
Yeah.
So I accepted the fact that he wants to leave, but he didn't say when. However, I will start making changes. So that's what we did, me and Kevin. We actually started to brainstorm how we want to transition from Appleseed to Cloudjoi, how we want to move to a new environment, find new office, and then get new projects, and then slowly phase out Appleseed. And we came up with a plan. And then we asked him out for dinner. And then we were like, okay, we're not going to make you stay, but we're just going to share these plans with you. After sharing everything, then he said one thing. This is the thing that I've been waiting to hear. So he was quite surprised that we actually wanted to change so much. However, he already had 2 interviews lined up.
Right.
So he was like, okay, but I will still go to the interviews. And he went. It was Grab and KPMG.
Some companies that you don't think you will be able to beat, right?
Yeah. And of course, we never thought we can beat Grab or KPMG. But he came back and then he said, I have decided to stay. Then we were like, okay, so happy. and he's still here until now.
Nice. So I think let me just unpack that a little bit. I think a lot of times, this is not exactly on the tech side of things, but more like lessons that we can actually kind of take away from here is basically sometimes people leaving is not just about money, right? Sometimes our team members leave us because they no longer feel challenged.
Yeah.
They are stuck. They are basically, in a plateau where they are no longer growing.
Yes,
right?
that's a very important word, growing.
Yes. So when that happens, people leave, right? And when you presented that new challenge, then it basically made him feel refreshed that, there's a new challenge coming, right?
Yes.
I would much more prefer something like this compared to going into a big company. Maybe there's also challenge there, but there might also be a lot of political issues, within the company and stuff like that, that he might not want at all.
Yes, that's exactly the reason.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned this is where you kind of make the change, right? And then that's how it transitioned into Cloudjoi, right?
Oh yeah, I haven't finished. I haven't finished.
I'm here to keep you on track. Yeah.
So yeah, that decision, to transition from Apple Seeds to Cloud Theatre, already decided.
Okay.
So it took us 1 year to slowly transition everything over.
Okay.
And within the first year itself, of course, it wasn't profitable. But at that point, we already had 3 sort of like platforms or brands.
Okay.
We had Cloud Theatre for online streaming. We had CloudTix for digital ticketing.
Okay.
We also had Cloud Theatre Revive for on-demand streaming, something like Netflix.
Okay.
So at that point, we already had like 3 platforms and doing different things.
Yeah.
So once we started transition over to Cloud Theatre, and then I thought, okay, we cannot have 3 different brands going forward.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, we needed a single brand that consolidates everything.
Yeah.
That's where I go and search what .coms are still available.
Well, that's what we always do, right?
Yes. The first thing you search, is it available.com? Yeah. And then I went through a lot of names, and then one day suddenly just pop Cloudjoi. Oh, okay, JOI. Because it's a word play on joining and joyful. So that's why I came out with the name Cloudjoi.
Okay.
And then, I thought, it's quite catchy. So I go and search for cloudjoi.com.
It's available.
It's available. And it's not someone is like chopping it or whatever.
Right.
It's really available. I could buy it immediately.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I bought it immediately. And immediately I changed the company name to Cloudjoi.
Nice.
Yeah. And within that year, we created a big event at GMBB, invited the whole industry players, came over, and then we made that announcement. From now onwards, Cloud Theatre will be known as Cloudjoi.
Nice. How many years ago was that?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, so until
3
now,
years.
about 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, that's the whole story about Cloudjoi.
Yeah.
A lot of things there, right? A lot of I think these are like cool stories. I'm not sure if you have you shared any of these on any other platforms before.
I think parts and puzzle everywhere.
Okay, I mean it's good that we're getting all of that here.
Yeah, this
right?
is
All in one
really
place, right?
the whole journey.
Yeah. In the future, you can actually refer to this. So one of the things that we do here on this podcast itself is our listeners, our viewers are a lot of non-technical founders, right? And you yourself technical, right?
Oh, yeah,
you're technical, so you're not exactly non-technical. So what exactly do you think when a non-technical founder, right? I think you'll probably be very familiar with them as well because during your Apple Seeds time, you work with a lot of non-technical founders, right?
Yeah,
Businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, founders who are non-technical came to you guys to kind of build a product, right? So from your experience so far, right? How many years was that since Apple Seeds started until now?
Wow.
More than 10 years.
I think since 2011.
11 until now.
Yeah.
Definitely more than 10 years,
More than
right?
10 years.
So from your more than 10 years of experience, right? So what sort of mindset shift non-technical entrepreneurs should have when they think about today's age of building tech, right? Building tech, and nowadays with AI and stuff like that coming out so fast, right? So many different things coming out. So what sort of mindset shift do you think they should have before diving deep into, building something?
The first thing that came to my mind is that don't even think about tech, because what you really should focus on is creating values for the end users, the customers. So tech is just a tool or a medium for you to deliver that value. And if you think about tech first, you might lose your focus on creating that value. So once you identified the values, try to deliver it as effective as possible with the least amount of resources. In resources, that means tech, team members' time, and also money. That's why people say MVP.
Yeah.
Because you still need to deliver the same value, whether you use a simple tag or you use very complicated tag. Second thing is that get someone that really know tech better than you. If you are non-tech founders, you should really find someone that really know tech and trust that person that can deliver the tech to create this value for your users.
So basically what you're saying is that the first one is to focus on value creation, right? Focus on, I think this is also one of the things that Johnson, our previous guest, talk about as well, like, which is to focus on the problem. What exactly are you trying to solve? What value are you trying to create? And then tech is the vehicle, is the tool. Right. That's exactly what you're trying to say here. And then the second one is basically tech partners, right? Of course, I think that's also exactly what I kind of talk about all the time as well. There are so many different agencies, developers, freelancers out there, right? So what do you think they should think about or check or review before making a decision to work with a certain partner, right? What do you think is the most important thing? Because I think that's like a huge question for them.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. And coming from me, I have been on both sides of the table. Yeah, I've been a tech provider, and now I'm on the other side as a founder, and work with my team, which is the tech provider. Back in Apple Seeds, when we were doing agency work, I realized one thing that's still very important up until today is that trust. You have to build trust between you and the tech partner or provider. And the tech provider or your partner, tech partner, needs to be able to provide you with the trust. Gaining clients' trust is the first step. After that, things will work easier, and the work that we can produce will be better because the trust is there. However, a lot of people do not know how to build this trust. A lot of people straight away come in, this is my quotation, this is how much I charge. Because this is what you ask for. So this is what I give. You ask A, I give you A, and this is how much. However, we realize that's not really the best way to approach this. When we always look at things in a deeper level. So if a client asks for A, the first thing we will ask is that why they ask for A. Sometimes it's not because of what we see on the surface. For example, let's say if a client asks you to build an app. Okay, you can say, okay, build an app. I have a quotation, 1 million. If you buy it, okay, I'll build the 1 million app for you. However, if you look closely, they might not need an app at all. They might just need a mobile website. So we will look into things like this, and then we will advise them. We will say, okay, see, you don't need an app. You just need a mobile website. Immediately, the client will feel like, okay, they are thinking not just for themselves, they are thinking for me. They are trying to solve my real problems that even that I didn't know is a problem.
Yeah.
That's where the trust will begin to build. And from there onwards, if you can continue to provide values or solve problems beyond what the client will see, the trust will compound. And in the future, whatever decision you make on behalf of the client, they will be okay.
Yeah.
The relationship will flourish.
100%. I think that's basically music to my ears, because that's exactly what we do as well. And I think let's kind of turn that around a little bit, because basically what you're saying is from an agency perspective. Right?
Yes.
That is exactly what we do as well. But a lot of non-tech founders or non-tech entrepreneurs, they just don't know how that kind of translate to what they should be doing. Right? Basically, the easiest way to kind of talk about this is that when you are looking for agencies or developers or freelancers, right? Look for those who challenge you on things, right? Not just accept anything that you give them and just give you a quotation, right? That is basically transactional.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But
yes.
when it comes to actual, real good partners that will think for you and will actually do great work for you, are those that actually think for you, challenge you on the things, on your assumptions, and they diagnose, right? They diagnose rather than just giving the solution right away without knowing the problem itself. Just like we go to doctors, right? When we go to doctors, they don't just give us, oh, eat this pill, that's about it, right? Listen to us diagnosing ourselves, and
Sometimes
give you
they
the pill.
do.
Well, okay, that's malpractice. You should probably
Find a new doctor.
report them. But yeah, so they will have to kind of diagnose them, right? Diagnose the actual issues. They'll ask questions to understand what is the problem, and then you proceed from there to kind of give them the solution. How you can actually fix those issues, right? But for some reason, when it comes to other services, people just don't do that, right? So the easiest way is to look for providers, developers who will actually challenge you on the things that you want, and really, really share with you things that you might not expect to hear from a developer itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think you mentioned a very important thing is they have to know how to ask questions.
Yeah.
And they need to know what questions to ask. If your tech partner that have no questions, that's a big red flag. If whoever that you want to work together with, they have to know how to ask a lot of questions. So because if they don't ask questions, it's very hard to get both sides to know what's the real issues, what each other side really want to work on. So asking question is very important.
Yeah, I think I perfectly agree on that as well. That's usually most of the time that's what we do. And also another thing is that when a developer tells you that you don't need an app, you just need a mobile website, listen to that, right? Because most of the time they are basically, you can think about it this way, that they are basically helping you to save money. That's one thing, right? And they are making less money because of that.
Exactly.
Right? And it doesn't make sense on their side, but it will make sense to you, right? So that's something that you should be taking note on.
Yeah.
And over the years, we have turned away so many clients that we just tell them that you don't need an app right now. You just need a website. Just go and build a website, or e-commerce, right? Just go and get a Shopify store and up and running, and you are good to go, right? You don't need to build something custom, right? So those are the people that you want to actually listen to, right? Especially when you're non-technical, because these are the experts that actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's I think that's really good that we kind of touch about that. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about how you have kind of married tech with a traditional industry, I would say. I'm not sure if you agree with that. Like arts, performing, and as performance and stuff like that. They might not be very tech savvy, right?
Yeah.
Overall, as an industry, right? A lot of things are still being done manually and stuff like that. Yes, maybe there's ticketing and stuff like that, but that's pretty much about it from what I know, right? I might be, might not be an expert on that. So, what was the hardest thing that you have come across, right? When it comes to introducing tech to an industry that is not tech savvy, right? That's traditional. And what sort of challenge have you had to kind of overcome in order to kind of educate the industry about, how this tech can actually help them?
Yeah. When it comes to performing arts, it's not really traditional. It's ancient.
Oh, okay, even worse. Okay.
Performing arts has been around since the ancient Greek.
Yeah.
It has been there and up until now through decades or centuries, and it's still here.
Yeah.
So it's an art form that will never go away because it's just what humanity is.
Yeah.
When it comes to performing arts, there are too many baggages. And when we introduce cloud theater, online streaming of a live performance, the backslashes that we got. Because to a lot of theater practitioners, performing arts is all about being in the same space. And they always pride themselves that we are different from movies, we are different from TV series, recorded videos, because the performance and the audience are in the same space where it happens. And that is something very special.
The connection. Right?
Yeah, the connection. Of course, we never deny that. And we truly appreciate that. And we believe that 100%, 200% with all our hearts as well. Yeah. Because coming from a performing background, I totally agree. However, when we introduced cloud theater, a lot of people thought that we are trying to take that away from them. So there were these veterans in the industries. They started to make some noise, post on Facebook, and then saying like, okay, this is not how you do theater. This is not live theater at all. However, they never go and try what cloud theater was about. Yeah. We just keep going because what we found out was that what we created was not just any live streaming. Because coming from theater background, we knew the importance of having the performance and the audience within the same space. So what we created was a digital theater where the performance and the audience actually in the same space. And if you imagine, it's like, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Clubhouse back in pandemic, where you have the audience, where we can see all the audience and the speakers. Yep. We created something almost like that, but on the top part is the live streaming video. And the audience is actually at the bottom and then seated nicely as if they were in the theater itself. Okay. And they could live chat, they could give emotions, emoji. We created the emoji things even before Google Meet has it.
Okay.
Yeah. So with all these things, a lot of audiences actually, they felt they were in the same space with the performers. Yep. And even the performers who were performing in front of a camera, right before they start streaming, they felt the same nervousness before they go on stage.
Okay.
So it was actually live because at that same time, everybody were there to do the same thing, to achieve the same thing, which is sharing of stories and emotions, but just online. So we created that. But a lot of those older, more experienced, they never even go and try it, and then they started saying all these things. But we just kept going, and eventually they actually go and tried it, and then since then they stopped talking.
So what you're saying here is that just keep going.
Yeah, if you believe something, it's the right way going forward, just keep going.
So you did not actually kind of even take time to like convince them about certain things.
No.
You just show them the results.
We didn't even have to try to prove to them. Eventually, whatever we did is proof enough to let them accept the fact that yes, the world is changing.
Okay, that's pretty much very powerful there because I think there's still a lot of industries out there that are very traditional
Yes.
and very resistant to kind of change, right, or tech. And with today's, in the age of AI and stuff like that, that is going to basically speed up even faster,
Yeah.
right? And if you don't change, you are just going to get left out, and you'll die off, right?
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
die off.
That-
So that's a
That's why I think change is very, very important, especially after my midlife crisis. So actually, every year on 3rd of March, I will celebrate Change Day with the entire company.
oh wow.
I think the first year, I was like, everyone go and find something to change in your life. It could be a big thing you want to change. It could be a small thing. So some people over the weekend, they just went for spin class because they have never been on
Right.
been to spin class before. Some change the way they go to work.
Yeah.
Some they just try a new dish that they will never try. So every year we'll do a different thing. This year, I asked everybody to write a reflection of their time with Cloudjoi or Apple Seeds
Yeah.
all the way until that day. So everybody share their journey with
Nice.
pictures, with articles, with stories. So every year, 3rd of March, I'll celebrate Change Day with everybody just to remind them changing is extremely important.
Nice.
If you don't change, you are being stagnant.
Yes.
If you are stagnant, the society will build on top and then you are forced to be pushed down and left behind. Even if you don't move,
Yeah.
you are moving backwards.
Yeah. You are moving backwards.
Yeah.
That's so true because I think even with what's going on these days with AI and stuff like that, a lot of people are still resistant to kind of change.
Yes.
And what the metaphor that you just gave is very, very true in that sort of sense as well. Because if you don't change, you're just gonna, get left behind, and the whole world will build on top of you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna wait. Nobody's gonna wait, right? AI doesn't know that you don't want to change, right?
Yeah.
They're just gonna kind of keep going and stuff like that. And the people who adapt those things, those are the ones that will change.
Yes.
Right. Those are the ones that will keep moving forward, and leave those who don't behind.
Definitely.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Okay, cool. I think that's a lot of things that we've covered. Okay, so let's go through some some rapid fire just for fun. Right?
Okay, sure.
Some questions. Which one is more nerve wracking? Shipping a new feature, right, or going live on stage?
Wow. If I have to pick, it would be giving keynote live on stage.
Okay, giving live keynotes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's one thing you've learned as a performer, right, for the past 12 years that made you a better entrepreneur?
Having confidence to be in front of people and being a performer train you to have empathy.
Right.
And having empathy is very important in everything, not just entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Even leading your team members, even talking to clients. If you have empathy, it will bring you far.
Empathy.
Yes.
That's very important. Next question. What's a mistake tech teams make when building for creators?
Oh, okay. A lot. A lot of things that tech team built thinking people will use it.
Yeah.
But actually, people don't use it. And we have a lot of that kind of features in our system right now.
Okay.
So it's not about building features after features. It's actually about building the one thing that is most useful and continue pioneering it, pushing it, promoting it, and get people to build habits around it. So you can have 10 features, but if you're not pushing it, promoting it, people will not remember, habits will not be built.
Yeah.
So rather than build one and do it right so that people will adopt, then you move on to the next one, rather than having so many features and then nobody using it.
Okay. So what's that one feature that is like the biggest that you guys built, but then nobody's using it?
I don't know if I should say this, but AI. Because last year everybody was like talking about AI.
Okay.
So if you don't have anything AI, you'll be seen left behind. So last year we jumped on the
Got into
bandwagon,
it. Okay.
and then we built something AI,
Okay.
and then no one's using it.
So what's that AI thing that you've introduced into Cloudjoi?
Okay, because the AI thing that we built was that when you create an event, you have to fill in a lot of forms. You have to fill in the content. You have to fill in ticket price.
Yeah.
You have to fill in the time, the date, and all these things, promo codes.
Okay.
You have to set up a lot of things.
Okay.
So we created an AI. Basically, you just throw everything inside without format, anything. You just type everything, description, your poster.
Okay.
And the AI will extract all the things from the poster, from all your description,
Okay.
and fill in the form for you perfectly.
That's pretty useful, but why is nobody using it?
I guess people don't know how to use it because there's no format. And I think a lot of people maybe still prefer, this is the field. I put in the detail in this field.
It's more
And
straightforward.
then, I go through it one by one. Maybe I spend hours double checking.
Yeah.
Okay, publish.
Okay. So yeah, built for the value, and if you want, to actually people to actually use it, you have to teach them how to use it.
Yeah.
Education. Okay. Cool. One last question. One thing non-tech founder think is important, right? Throughout the years that you have worked with non-tech founders, but isn't.
Building the perfect product.
I think we'll just stop there because that's the best thing I've heard.
There's nothing perfect.
Yeah, because everyone wants to build it, the ultimate product all at once, the perfect product, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even for you, who've been building a platform, you know that the product is not perfect until now, right now.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
It's
yes.
never perfect.
The earlier you realize that, the better.
Yeah.
Because you have to just keep shipping.
Yeah.
And not wait until the perfect product only ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, even some of our clients, unfortunately, are still having that mindset, even if we have shared with them a lot of times. So it's something that's very, very important. Okay, cool. Last question here would be, where can people follow your work, support Cloudjoi, or learn more about what you're building?
We have a blog on our website where we'll post a lot of things about Cloudjoi and our progress, our international expansion, and also on our social media, Instagram, Cloudjoi _, where we'll post all the industry, the performing arts scene, where the new shows, what show is coming, what international show is coming in comedy, music, musical, theater, and dance. So you can follow Cloudjoi Instagram for all the performing arts news, and check out our blog on our website for all the Cloudjoi's updates and latest workings. And also follow my personal Instagram, Dennis13E, and I'll post about my work, about my personal life.
Okay, we'll put that in the show notes so that everyone can kind of just click on the link easier, right? So that you guys can catch it. But yeah, thanks for hopping on the podcast. You're the second guest. Thanks for
my
supporting our podcast, even though it's new. And it was a pleasure talking to you after so long.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll see you in the next episode.